I love a good road trip, but constantly buying food, drinks, and ice, that really adds up fast for my family of 8. And don't even get me started on dealing with melted ice in the cooler. So when Bouge RV sent me their 30-quart 12-volt portable refrigerator, I had one big question. Can this thing actually replace a traditional cooler?
When I pull it out of the box, I already appreciate that it's compact and lightweight. At just 24 pounds, it doesn't weigh much more than a traditional cooler, and I don't have to fill it with heavy ice. Inside, you get a removable partition, a DC and AC power cord, and a user manual. Setting it up is easy. Just plug it into a standard wall outlet or a car or truck outlet. It works with both 12 and 24 volts, and you're ready to go. Now for the real test, cooling speed. I set it at max mode, which uses 45 watts, great for when it's plugged into a wall. Starting at 75 degrees Fahrenheit, it hit 30 degrees Fahrenheit in about 30 minutes and got all the way down to 0 in just over an hour. No ice packs, no waiting all day. Switching to eco mode, which only uses 36 watts, perfect for running off a battery, it still kept things chilled efficiently. And the low noise level means you won't even notice it running. I was worried the 30-quart might be too small for my family of 8 to have drinks and sandwiches for road trips, but I forgot to take into account that I wouldn't need ice in there. And if I remove the divider, there's even more space. But here was my big problem. Could I, or should I, run this off my parked car starter battery, or would I need to buy an additional battery or solar panel for overnight camping trips? After a deep dive into researching voltage and amp hours and realizing it should be fine for a couple hours on my parked Toyota Sienna battery, I actually tried plugging it in, only to discover that the Sienna won't allow any power to flow from the battery when the car is off. So that answered that question for me. So if you're hoping to use only your car battery, make sure to figure out if your car allows anything to draw power when it's off. For those that do have cars that will allow you to draw power off the battery and park, the Bouge RV refrigerator has a battery monitor built in that will automatically shut off the fridge as soon as the battery voltage falls below a set level. You can keep it on H or high mode to give your battery max protection and have the fridge shut off sooner, or L or low if you're comfortable letting it run on the battery longer. But since using the car battery while the car isn't on won't be an option for me, I'll either need to hook it up to another power source like a battery or solar panel, or keep the fridge shut and hope it stays cold. Since I plan to use this primarily for road trips, where it will be running mostly while we drive, and then we'll bring it into the hotel to be plugged in for the night, I'm not sure I want to buy an extra power source. So I did one more test to see if food would be okay in the fridge without it running if we stopped for a bit and it couldn't be plugged in. I cooled it to 0 and then unplugged it and put some ice inside. Over 4 hours later, I checked and the ice was just starting to melt. Over 14 hours later, there was still a little ice floating in the water. So all that said, I'd be very confident leaving this for a few hours while we went on a hike or possibly even an overnight camp out, without any other power source than my car battery while it's running. For anything longer than about 24 hours, I'd want a backup battery or a solar panel. So, is it time to ditch the ice? Absolutely. If you're sick of wasting money and space on ice bags, the Bouge RV 30-quart 12-volt fridge is a great choice. If you want to check it out, there's a link in the description. Subscribe for more honest product reviews.